What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. We are breaking down Friday, September 12th, main slate right here, game by game, pitcher by pitcher, teams and batters we like within those teams. So we've already done 10,000 sims in the background. We're going to give you your first look through those first 10,000 sims. So after we get done with all the games, we're going to do our other segments. So that'll follow all of our batters with a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through the first 10,000 simulations. After that, we're going to do our Pitches Be Crazy segment. And then after that, our final segment of the day is Makin Bacon or sports betting content, if you guys are interested. So stick around for that. We do have giveaways, 2 of them. Here's how you win. If you like this video, you're a subscriber to this channel, and you leave a comment on this video, you'll be entered to win a free week of FTA Plus if we get a minimum of 50 likes on the video. 100 likes on the video is a free month, 150 likes, a free year, 200 or more likes on the video, a free lifetime pass worth $500. Now, it's random, but it is every single sport. So it's current sports. There's MLB, NFL, PGA, MMA, and NASCAR. NBA in about a month and a half, or little over a month and a half, almost a month and a half. If this video gets all of that, we have not given away a lifetime pass in so long. I want to do it. I do. So I'm going to give it this way. If we get 125 likes on this video, I will give away a lifetime pass. So let's get it there. Second way to win, somewhere in the video there'll be a keyword or key phrase. Look for it, type it in, and have your second shot to win. So we are going to see who the winner or 2 winners are from yesterday's video. This is getting a minimum of 50 likes. This has nothing to do with the keyword. If the keyword is here, we're still going to re-roll it for the keyword. So the winner of the likes, there you go, Craig Carpenter, congratulations. I talked about, so it was chocolate, or discuss some of your chocolate in it. So that is what the keyword or key phrase was. Craig, you have won, so please email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. Say you're the 9/11 video likes winner, and then let me know your username on FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So I'm going to re-roll it. You still have a chance to win because you did have the keyword in that. So the winner of the keyword is Brian Tate. Congratulations to both of you. All you got to do is email me, let me know, and then let me know your username on the site. So like I said, and I mentioned in other videos, but we're to the part of the season where teams are out of it. Maybe they call people up, September call-ups. We don't know who's going to be starting, pitching. There's a couple of these games that's not been confirmed, but it is in the rotation because it is their turn in the rotation. So we're still going to cover that. And anytime all that news breaks, then we'll update our simulations. Then we'll update our projections, and we'll update everything like that. So this is your first look. We're going to go like top 3 bats that we like in each team in each game. So kind of looking at the ballpark factors, there's only 2 right now that through 10,000 sims have a good shot at home runs. Cincinnati Athletics, the wind is blowing out in Sacramento. It is a minor league ballpark. The ball flies out of there. It has a 34% chance for home run. And then Citizens Bank Park, Kansas City at Philly. Obviously, Philly's a really good team. 90% chance of home runs right there. So those are the 2 outliers as of now that the ball should fly out. Now, again, weather will change. Anything can happen. If you look at the weather, I think we're pretty good overall, though. Yeah, we shouldn't, weather shouldn't be a factor in this one. So we should be pretty good right there. So without further ado, we're going to go game by game, like I said. So the first game on the slate, Baltimore-Toronto. You got Trevor Rogers, who has had a resurgence year after just abysmal last year. Comes in this game. He did have an off game against the Dodgers. Only gave up 2 earned runs, but had, 5.1 innings, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks, 1 walk, and he only got 14.6 fantasy points. That's nuts. Because you see, he had a pretty damn good run right here, 20 plus out of there, just dominated every single person or every team that he's faced. In his career, 28 plate appearances, so basically 1 start against Toronto, and then Chris Bassett was on the other end. Bassett, 68 plate appearances, 302, so he's not been ideal against Baltimore in his career. But Trevor Rogers, what we're looking for on DraftKings, we're looking for a minimum of 20 fantasy points. Realistically, we're looking for 25 to 30 fantasy point range from your pitcher because you have 2 of them, like 40 to 50 on Fanduel since we have 1 of them. He's averaging 22.8. When he pitches on the road, he's averaging 21, which that's still good. Those numbers are good. On the road, he has a 1.81 ERA. It doesn't matter. I know Toronto's in a good spot here. I think his ownership's probably going to be a little bit lower because he is going up against Toronto. I think he's interesting here because Toronto has lost some games. They've got some injuries, like Bo Bichette is injured. They've got some injuries there. I'm interested in Trevor Rogers here. Chris Bassett, on the other hand, he did, last time he faced him, he's faced him twice this year. He's averaged 10. But this one right here, he had minus 3.55, so that means his other one was really good, huh? 23.5 against them opening day or first start of the season for him, but he did get lit up by them not too in the distant past, just over about a month ago. So splits wise, when he pitches at home, he does have a better ERA of 2.76, so I'll give it to him there. But like game log wise, like we stacked the Yankees against him. He got only 2 runs, none of them earned, but he only had 3 strikeouts. Strikeouts were low there a couple of times, and the walks were there. He's interesting, but I think if I'm taking a pitcher, it's probably going to be Trevor Rogers. But now, if you guys are interested in some bats. So, usually top 3 bats that we're looking at. And again, we don't have all the pitchers out there, so these could change a little bit once news and notes come out. So, again, this is your first look. If you want to see even more, go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. FTA Plus is $10 for a week, get you all sport. NFL is popping. I cannot wait to get this week's NFL video out. But that being said, it's $30 for a month, so basically $1 a day. It's $200 for a year, but if you guys right now email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com, while supplies last, we have 2 spots left still. I think we have 2 spots left. We might have 1 now. It's first come, first serve. $75 gets a full year, 365 days of all content. So if we're looking, let's say we don't go Trevor Rogers, we're going Toronto bats. Vladdy against a lefty I'm looking at. I'm looking at George Springer against a lefty. And I'm probably going to look a little bit at IKF, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. If he is in there, I think he's a cheaper option to stack in this one. If you're not going to go Bassett and you want to go like Toronto or Blue Jay or Baltimore bats, I think I'm looking at Ryan Mountcastle, number 1, Gunnar Henderson, number 2. My number 3 is probably going to be Colton Cowser. I think he'll go a little bit under-owned in this one. I just don't trust Chris Bassett enough. I could hope, maybe I'm surprised, but I'd rather go Trevor Rogers and Baltimore. Yankees at Boston. Yankees have not been able to do anything against Boston this year. They've won 1 game. They've been absolutely demolished. Their super bullpen was shown up in Detroit or against Detroit. It did nothing. Lucas Giolito comes in here. They actually, I think it's Giolito, Bayo, and Crochet or something like that for this series. The Yankees probably going to get swept. Just end it. I don't want to root for them in the wild card to lose the game or just end it before the season starts. But Gio's actually kind of struggled a little bit. Like he had 22 and 35, but 5.25 against Arizona, 7.7 against the Yankees recently at New York. You look at his splits. That's the one time he's faced the Yankees. 4 Ks, 3 earned runs, 4.2 innings. That was him on the road. He's actually worse at home. So if you think the Yankees snap something and take this game, they need to jump all over him very early. It has not been confirmed that it is Luis Gil's turn in the rotation, but it is his turn in the rotation. He faced Boston back on August 21st, 9.85. Obviously not what you want to see, but it was his 4th start of the season. It's kind of what, up and down here. Splits wise, when you look at this, when he's on the road, 5.14. Again, it's 3 starts. It's very low numbers to kind of go through and see that. But Boston just has had their number for whatever reason. If I'm going to take a pitcher, it's probably Giolito, but I'm probably going a different direction. We just have other pitchers today. So what I would look at is, I think 100% Boston bats. Hopefully I'm wrong for my fandom in real life, but for DFS and if you want to make money, I think we're looking at that. So I'm probably looking at Trevor Story. I'm probably going to look at Carlos Narvaez. He just seems to feast against his former team here, and they love to bring it up. I understand that. Alex Bregman. I'm probably looking at Nathaniel Lowe. I think he homers in this one. I think he did last time. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I've stopped watching baseball a little bit. I'm probably going Rami Gonzalez. I think it's interesting. If he is in there, yes. But if he is not, maybe a Rob Refsnyder or Jarren Duran. It really just depends. And if you think Giolito is going to struggle, Yankees bets. Obviously, you got Stanton if he's in there. You got Aaron Judge. You've got Ben Rice. He's been on fire. You got Cody Bellinger's been on fire. Trent Grisham's been on fire. Like, those would be the 5 I'm looking at. Pretty much the only bats that I don't feel comfortable with in this lineup would be Goldie, Austin Wells, and Volpe. But hopefully he's been getting cortisone shot in his shoulder. Probably shouldn't have been playing. But, whatever. Probably you cost your team quite a few games there, bud. But if Jose Caballero is in there, I like him as well because he will steal some bases as well. So game 3 of 12, we've got the White Sox at Cleveland. We've got going on Martin Perez versus Tanner Bybee. Now, Bybee comes in. I think we've stacked against him almost every single start at least once. He does have a plus matchup against the White Sox, who he has had success against this year. 2-0 record, 11 hits allowed, 6 earned runs with 12 Ks. He's averaged 17.3. At 7,000, that's okay at a price. It's like 2.5 times value. Love to see 21 plus, but, you know, when he pitches at home this year, he does have a better ERA of 3.77, so I don't mind him. But there are a couple of the bats that I don't mind for the White Sox. But then we look at Martin Perez. So Martin Perez comes in, coming off a terrible start. We stacked the Detroit Tigers against him in that one, and it worked out. Minus 7.8, 4 innings, 6 earned runs. He is going up against Cleveland this year. He has not faced them. When he pitches on the road, he's also got a 5.30 ERA. So, and it's a lefty. You guys know the drill. When there's a lefty on the mound, Jose Ramirez, he absolutely smashes lefties. I want Jose Ramirez. I want Kyle Manzardo. I want Steven Kwan. A full stack. Daniel Schneemann, I don't mind. Joe Kinsey Noel will be a cheap tournament option here. Noel at this price now. We look at him, though. Don't know if he gets in. It's kind of been very, up and down. Did have a big game there, but he's batting 141. He's a complete tournament option. It is if you want to get all the stud pitchers and you're going with the Guardian stack. He's $2,000 if he gets the start. I don't mind him, but I don't know if he's going to play. The only White Sox bats that even interest me ever, usually, are Colson Montgomery, Lenyn Sosa, and probably Chase Meadroth. Other than that, nothing else. I'd rather go Cleveland side. I'd go Bybee, and then I would stack Cleveland bats in that. You got Texas at the Mets in this one. You got Jacob deGrom. Oops, sorry. You got deGrom versus Tong. Now, obviously, deGrom being in this organization for as many years as he was, they know him. He's been hurt a lot, but my mind is he's 9,500. The Mets know what he likes to throw. It just will depend if the Mets can catch up to the ball here. Now, 9,500, coming off not the best start, 17.8. Splits-wise, he has not faced the Mets this year. In his career against this team, 42 plate appearances, 26.2 K percentage. He's had success. He's averaging over 20 this year, and when he's on the road this year, he does have a 3.22 ERA, but this is a massive ballpark. He has pitched in this ballpark before. He'll probably be embraced by the fans at least a little bit at the beginning of the game. So we'll see what he does, but I do like him. He's in a great spot. I know the Mets are a good hitting team, but they are like 10 games out of first place, which is wild. Then you got Jonah Tong coming off one good start against Miami and then one pretty bad start. 4 earned runs, 3 home runs, 4 walks, 6 Ks, like 5 ground balls, like 8 fly balls. All these inflated numbers here. At 7,900, he's very expensive. I don't think I want to pay 7,900. I don't love the offenses in this one. Personally, for me, I'm not looking at the offenses right now. Okay? Through 10,000 sims, I just want Jacob deGrom. I don't want the Mets bats. I don't want Texas bats. I don't want Jonah Tong. That's what I would go with. Now, after we have 10,000 more simulations and we run some other things and we see some more betting lines come out, maybe we shift our focus a little bit and maybe we have some bats. And if that is the case, if they are one of the stacks that we like, that'll be on our cheat sheet. So again, this is a very inclusive video for you every single day, hopefully. But we do have more on FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, way more than we talk about here. So I can't give all our secrets away. So if you cannot afford to sign up for FTA Plus, liking these videos, watching these videos in their entirety, sharing them, commenting on them, clicking on the ads, and also whatever this new hype thing is. The hype thing helps me out, apparently. Helps me put me on the front page of YouTube. So if you guys could do that, that would be awesome as well. So the next game, we got Detroit at Miami. We got Tarek Skubal versus Sandy Alcantara. Alcantara struggled this year. He's got almost a 6 ERA. Splits-wise, he has not faced Detroit this year. I'm not going Sandy Alcantara. You could for tournaments because no one's going to be on him because the Detroit Tigers are the best team in baseball somehow. Stupid, I hate him. I would take Skubal and take a full stack. Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, Spencer Torkelson, Gleyber Torres, whatever it is. Dogs, sorry. So, keyword of the day is barking, because they were barking. My dogs are barking. Alcantara for tournaments, I'm okay with that because he's 6K. Everyone's going to be on Detroit, but I'd rather just a full Detroit stack there. I don't want Alcantara, and I really don't want any of the Marlins bats in this one. Don't overthink it. I think it's going to happen exactly how you see it. Now, Skubal is probably going to win the AL Cy Young. At least he's keeping it close enough where Crochet is there too. So I don't think they're going to pull him early. The Tigers aren't the Pirates. If Skeens was close, and if it wasn't a guarantee he'd win the Cy Young, and it was a close match, or whoever he was facing, and it meant that Pirates would have to pay more money if he won, then they would pull him. The Pirates are a trash organization. They know it, you know it, I know it. So, next game on the slate, we've got Houston at Atlanta. It's not been confirmed that it's Hunter Brown, but it is his turn in the rotation. Coming off a fantastic start against Texas. He was the picture of the video and article when that happened, and he dominated 29.3 fantasy points. He has not faced Atlanta this year. He is averaging 21.9 this season, and when he's on the road, he does have a 226. So 226 on the road, 225 at home. Same thing. No big difference there. Doesn't matter if he's not home or the road. I do like him there. He is 10,500 though. He is very, very expensive. Then we look at Waldrop. So Waldrop, we've used him a couple of times this year. We used him against Seattle because they strike out a lot. It did not work out, 12.45. So looking at splits, he has not faced Houston this year. He's never faced them before. So I always lend a little credence to, he's coming in with a 1.33 ERA. They've never seen him before. Their offense overall has struggled. He's going a minimum of 5 innings every single game. The fact that he's 9,000 scares me a little bit because he did have a 4 fantasy point game against Miami with 1 walk, with 1 hit, no strikeouts. So you can see he didn't do anything there. Overall, I don't mind him whatsoever. I'm really not looking at bats right now in this one either. I think Waldrop at 9,000, you save 1,500. I don't mind him. But again, Hunter Brown has been really good this year, so that's always definitely something to keep in the back of your mind when you're building your lineup. Through 10,000 sims, no Houston bats, no Atlanta bats are popping for me enough to be like, oh, we need to go in this direction. I will tell you that San Diego is popping immensely off this list. There's not a ton of 10 out of 10 today, but the majority of the top 10 are all San Diego. And we'll get to that. So we got Arizona right now. And they are in Minnesota to face Pablo Lopez. Is this Pablo Lopez off the IL? Was he at start? Okay, so he started last week. 13.3, really didn't do anything. It was against Kansas City. So not much going on there. But looking at that, I see that we split it. Averaging 17.8 this season. He's 8,800 up against Arizona, who do hit righties better. When he pitches at home, he does have a higher ERA of 3.32. So that is always something you need to have in the back of your mind, building your lineups out there. So I don't think I trust him enough. Brandon Pfaadt comes into this game. A great game against Boston. Boston does strike out at the time, I think they were striking out the 5th most out of any team. So they were always on the list there. Bad game against the Dodgers, really bad game against Milwaukee. Has not faced the Twins this year. On the season, he's only averaging 12. And when he pitches on the road, he has a 7 ERA. So that tells me right there, we want to look at Minnesota bats. Kind of want to look at both sides. I think Minnesota offense a little bit more, but Arizona, I would look at Corbin Carroll, I would look at Ketel Marte, and I would look at Geraldo Perdomo if I'm going Arizona stack or a mini stack. Minnesota bats, Byron Buxton, Matt Wallner, Cody Clemens, Trevor Larnach. Those are my top 4. If we're going a full 5-man stack, that really just depends. But I could see a Royce Lewis, a cheaper option. Could be a Ryan Fitzgerald. I don't know if he gets in there, but he could be there. Or a Luke Keeschel. It'll just really depend on what Minnesota decides to put out there. But I want nothing to do with the pitching. I'd rather go Minnesota bats, but Arizona stack makes a little bit of sense too because I don't trust Pablo Lopez. St. Louis at Milwaukee is next. St. Louis, obviously a very bad team this year. Milwaukee leading the division. Been a very good team this year. In this game here, Andre Payante versus Quinn Priester. Now, personally, I saw Payante a month ago, August 15th in St. Louis in this game where he got 13.85. He did get 8 strikeouts, but he went 5 innings. The pitch count is up there. He has not really hit value whatsoever. He's facing Milwaukee, which he already has this year. Gave up 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 7 Ks. I don't care about that. I want nothing to do with that. He's pitching on the road where he does have a 4.91 ERA. Give me Milwaukee. Give me Milwaukee. And then we look at Quinn Priester. Great start against Pittsburgh. Mid start against Toronto. Bad start against Chicago and Cincy. Very bad start against the New York Mets. Splits-wise, he's already faced St. Louis twice this year. He's only gotten 8.6 fantasy points. So I don't know if I like Quinn Priester, but I love Milwaukee as a stack. I think you should too. Christian Yelich, if he's in there. William Contreras. Andrew Vaughn. Jackson Chourio. Probably looking, depending, for a 5th one. If you want to get sneaky, it'd be Jake Bauers. I don't know if he starts, though. If you want to go a little bit more down to earth, Sal Frelick would be one that I'd look at. But give me all of the Brewers' bats there. If we're looking at St. Louis against Quinn Priester because he has not had success against them, Wilson Contreras, if he's in there, I don't know if he will be. I would look at him. I would look at Ivan Herrera. I would look at Alec Burleson. I would look at Jordan Walker. And I'm probably looking at Lars Nootbaar as well. So 5-man stack for St. Louis, 5-man stack for Milwaukee. I don't mind it. I don't want the pitching in this one. We've got way better pitching options today, and both of those pitchers do nothing for me. The next game, Colorado at San Diego. I've already mentioned it out loud, but San Diego, they are popping all over this game. You got Tanner Gordon versus Dylan Cease. I love this matchup because it's not in Coors. He did just face them his last start, 9.0 or 19.65 fantasy points in Colorado, 5 innings. The problem is he has not gone deep into games this year. His pitch count has gotten very high within the first 5 innings. That's a problem. Got a 4.71 ERA. Splits-wise, 19.6. He's only faced him once. The only downside, I usually say, if some team just sees you, they have the upper hand. And now I know Colorado's a bad team. I get that. If it's fresh in their mind, they just faced him last weekend. I don't mind him for tournaments. I don't trust him in cash. And then we got Tanner Gordon. 2.05 against San Diego. Splits-wise, that's it. He didn't do anything. 6 earned runs in that game. He's never faced him prior to that. He's on the road. He does have a worse ERA on the road of 9.33. So give me all of San Diego. Give me, I guess, the only Colorado bats, probably Mickey Moniak, Tovar, and Hunter Goodman is what I would look at there. San Diego bats, I mean, Tatis, Machado, Laureano, Jackson Merrill, Ryan O'Hearn, Gavin Sheets. Give me the entire San Diego offense. Make multiple different stacks with them. That's what I would go with in this game. And it's a pitcher's ballpark. I don't think that matters. That would only matter if I'm using Dylan Cease here. I'm not using Tanner Gordon. No way am I using Tanner Gordon. Next game, Cincy at the Athletics. It has been confirmed that it is Brady Singer. Still on the fence with JT Ginn. It is his turn in the rotation. We have stacked against him in the past. We actually took him against the Angels last start because the Angels check out the most. And he put up 20.25 at that, which we like to see because he was only 5,800. He's now 5,700. In this ballpark, the ball is, I hate to use it here. He's got a 6.64 ERA at home in 7 starts. This ballpark just loves to let balls absolutely fly out of there. I would not use JT at all. Then you got Brady Singer. So Singer comes in, 3.92 ERA, has not faced the Athletics this year, only 26 plate appearances against him, 304 batting average. When he pitches on the road, he does have a 5.18 ERA, coming off like some really good starts. But yeah, he's been pretty bad overall on the road. And I don't like this game for him. I think we're stacking on both sides for sure is what I would look at. So if I'm looking at that, I'm looking at Nick Kurtz. I'm looking at Shea Langoliers. I'm looking at Brent Rooker. I'm looking at Tyler Soderstrom. An interesting one for me, and I think he'll go under-owned, is Colby Thomas. I don't know if he'd be in there, but he's interesting to me to differentiate yourself a little bit because he's got speed. He's got the highest sprint speed on the team. So when he gets on base, he can steal some bases. So those would be the A's that I'd look at. Now, while I'm not using Ginn, I am looking at Cincy. Ellie De La Cruz here. Brian Hayes, Austin Hayes. Give me them. TJ Friedel, Noelvi Marte. I like those odds there. I'm not using pitching. This has the best odds for home runs in this slate. The ball flies out of here, and the wind is, at the moment, flying directly out to deep center field. Deep center field does not matter because the ball flies out of there. I love this game here. I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game, and I want us to take advantage. So the next game, we got the Angels at the Mariners. They obviously see each other a ton being in the same division. It has not been confirmed that it is Kikuchi, but it is his turn in the rotation, and he is coming off a terrible start, minus 13.5. He's had multiple different minus games this year. He's only Seattle overall, 7.1 fantasy points against him in his one start, 3 earned runs, 4 Ks, 2 walks. When he pitches on the road this year, got a 5.45 ERA. Cal Raleigh does hit better from the right side, so going up against the lefty, I do like the Mariners as a stack here. I would look at J-Rod against Yusei Kikuchi. I would look at Cal Raleigh. I would look at Randy Arozarena. Those would be my top 3 bats right now through 10,000 sims for the Mariners. Now, Luis Castillo has been interesting. He's only averaging 14.5. He has struggled overall this year. Sub 4 ERA, but still 3.85. Game log, a fantastic start against Atlanta, but then 4 bad starts in a row. Splits-wise, he's faced the Angels once this year. 5 innings, 6 runs, 4 of them earned, 5 Ks, but only 8.4. They've just had his number this year in the one start. Overall in his career, though, 110 plate appearances, 235 batting average, striking out 24.5% of those batters. But the way I don't trust him. It's crazy that he's 7,500 because as good as he is, what he was priced at the beginning of the season, I'm guessing was like 9,200 or something like that. 83, 9,000. So he went up 95, 9,200, 9,500, 9,200. So he's been over 9,000 a few times this year. They've dropped him down to 7,500, even against the Angels, who they do strike out the most out of any team. But apparently that does not matter to DraftKings right now. So I'm not taking the pitching. I am taking the bats. I've already mentioned the 3 that I would the Mariners. For the Angels, I would look at Zach Neto. I would look at Joe Adell, and I'm probably going to be looking at Yohan Moncada here, or maybe Taylor Ward. There's always a Mike Trout, Travis d'Arnaud. I like d'Arnaud more against lefty, so. And I don't know who starts there for catcher, but that's what I would go with the Angels right now through the first 10,000 sims. And then our final game, the Dodgers at San Francisco, the heated rivalry. You got Yamamoto versus Justin Verlander. So Yamamoto obviously coming off that near no-hitter against Baltimore. 8.2 innings, gave up 1 earned run. Then they lost that game, which was hilarious. Still put up 35.7. He had 31.3 against Arizona. This year against San Francisco, 2 starts, 14.3. 14.3 average is not enough for 10,000. You look at him pitching on the road, he has been better. So that's interesting to me. Obviously, we need 20 plus. At his price of 10,000, you need 25 plus there. And then you got Verlander. Verlander, his brother, cries so much on Twitter. It's unbelievable. Or X, whatever we want to call it. Now, Verlander's looked like his vintage self in a few of these starts. St. Louis, 23. Baltimore, 31.05. He is going up against the Dodgers. He has not faced them this year. In his career, 92 plate appearances, 151 batting average. You got to remember, though, Verlander is very, very old. Okay? It's a massive ballpark, though. Pitcher's ballpark. 6,600. 3.89 ERA at home. I'm interested in Verlander for tournament. I think Yamamoto's cash and tournament. I think Verlander tournament only, but I think his ownership will be pretty low considering he is going up against the Dodgers. Got some more of that sparkling water. This one's lemon lime. It's actually not too bad. Just Waterloo sparkling water. We've talked about this in the past with a different flavor, I believe. But if we want to look at bats on both sides, not looking at, let's say we're not looking at either pitcher, we're looking at bats. San Francisco, probably Devers, Chapman, and Elliot Ramos. Flip side of that, Ohtani, Freeman, Michael Conforto, I do not mind. Tommy Edman is back. I don't mind that. Andy Paz is also there. Interesting, though. Maybe we get away with this and go Verlander, and he has a vintage Verlander game against a team that he shouldn't have. If Verlander goes off, his ownership's probably going to be less than 5%, and he does go off, you guys will be bringing home the bacon. I can almost guarantee. So there you go. That is the first look at this slate through 10,000 simulation. So that being said, we are now going to do our matchup tool. So all the batters have 10 out of 10. Like I said, San Diego pops out here, and you'll definitely see. Number 1 is Tatis. Number 2 is Laureano. 3 is Manny Machado. 4 is Geraldo Perdomo. 5 is Jose Ramirez. 6 is Bryce Terang. 7 is Jackson Merrill. 8 is Gavin Sheets. 9, Ryan O'Hearn. 10, Luis Arise. 11 is Stephen Kwan. And 12 is Jake Cronenworth. Now, if you want to see 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, blah, 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 all the way down, you can check that out right here, MLB tab, matchup tool right there. So that is our matchup tool we've broken down. It is now time to do Pitches Be Crazy. So if you've never been here before, you don't know what this is, these are the bottom 5 teams that strike out the most, the pitchers going up against them, and then the stats that back up the numbers. Luis Castillo versus the Angels is number 1. The Angels strike out 9.82 times per game, 9.96 on the road. So almost 10 times a game on the road. But he has struggled this year. So do take that with caution. Maybe not DFS, but maybe sports betting, you take like 6+ strikeouts or something. Number 2 is Dylan Cease versus Colorado. Problem is his pitch count does get up there high very early in the game. He's not made it to the 6th inning for a while. Colorado, though, 9.32 times per game, and then 10 times on the road is what they strike out. Number 3 is Lucas Giolito. While he struggled he didn't do well against them his last start a couple of weeks ago, the Yankees' offenses look trash overall. The Yankees strike out 8.91 times per game, but they strike out 9.59 on the road. If you've got Volpe in there, that's a guaranteed 3 strikeouts right there. So you know, there you go. Number 4 is Chris Bassett versus Baltimore. The Orioles strike out 8.89 times per game. They strike out 9.07 times on the road. And then finally, Yusei Kikuchi at Seattle. Seattle strikes out 8.86 times per game. They strike out 8.77 times at home. I don't trust you, Kikuchi, there. I'm scared about Castillo. Dylan Cease is iffy for me. I don't love this today, but it's what we've got going on for this slate. So now we're going to do Makin Bacon. So these are sports bets. These are some of the players we think you should target. You can use them for hits, runs, RBIs, kind of whatever market you want to do. But these are the ones I would target here. Obviously the Padres are number 1. Manny Machado, number 1. Number 2 is Tatis. 3 is Ramon Laureano. 4 is Luis Arise. 5 is Byron Buxton. 6 is Trevor Larnach. 7 is Lenyn Sosa. 8, Geraldo Perdomo. 9, love me some Jose Ramirez. 10 is Kerry Carpenter. 11 is Royce Lewis. 12, George Springer. 13, Ketel Marte. 14, Colson Montgomery. And 15 is Shohei Ohtani. So yeah, those are 15 of the batters I think you should target. We'll have more on the website as well. So make sure you check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. And last but not least, Makin Bacon for the pitchers. So these are some of the lines that I would look at to target, to strike out them. Be cautious with this one. But Skubal for 6+ strikeouts, I do like that one. Cease for 6+, I do like that. The problem, like I said, his pitch count has been getting up there very high. We need him to go a minimum of 6 innings in this one. We've got Jacob deGrom versus the Mets, 5+ strikeouts or 6+ strikeouts I would look at. Yamamoto versus Giants, 5+ to 6+ strikeouts. And Trevor Rogers versus the Blue Jays, I would look at 5+ strikeouts there. Maybe tease it up to 6+ strikeouts if you want. So that's what I've got for you. This is your Friday first look at the main slate for baseball. We've got NFL content already out there on the site. We have the Thursday night showdown breakdown that we put out, I think, Wednesday. We're going to have the Sunday night breakdown for Sunday night football. We're going to have Monday night football breakdown. We're going to have the main slate breakdown. We're going to have a ton of articles and videos coming out. So make sure you go check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Make sure you check out our DraftKings League in the link down below. It's the one with 50 spots available. Click on it, enter it as $5 a week. Top 3 places will pay every single week. And at the end of the year, the person that, or the top 3 that have the most amount of accrued points, first place will win a lifetime pass to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Second place will win a yearly pass, and third place will win a monthly pass there. On top of winning money every single week, just like you're eligible to do. So that is what I've got for you. Let's have a fantastic Friday. Let's have a great weekend overall. Make sure you check out NFL content for week 2. Good luck, and as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.